Welcome to Homeschool Today. I'm Andrea Johns, and in this episode, we'll continue with part 2 of our discussion about deschooling.
Life is crazy, it's so wild. Won't you stay with me for a while? Let me show you your superpower. Let's get to it, you know your own school teacher. All right.
In our first episode of deschooling, we defined what deschooling is and what you might experience when pulling your children out of school to begin the homeschooling process. Remember, for children who are starting homeschooling after being in a traditional school setting, deschooling is an important part of the transition. Knowing about deschooling will help you to have realistic expectations about your child's adjustment period to the homeschooling process after they have attended traditional schools. In today's episode, we will talk about the process of starting to homeschool after leaving the school setting, while focusing on tips for navigating this deschooling period. The first thing I recommend is that you talk with your children about deschooling. This is more important with older students. Be honest with them. Take the time to explain to them that homeschooling is a work in process. Tell them that over the next few months, that together you will work on developing your homeschool. This includes everything from approaches to homeschooling to curriculum choices to daily schedules. Further, it is likely that a year from now, homeschooling in your house will look radically different than it does on day one. That's the best part of homeschooling. If you try something and it doesn't work, you try something else. This can't happen in a traditional school. It's one of the big benefits of homeschooling. You and your students can find what works best and go with it. You're not stuck in what is given to you. You have a choice. Isn't that great? The second thing I suggest is that you take a break. Give your children a period of time where you don't do traditional school lessons. This doesn't mean it has to be months of doing nothing. What I mean is don't jump into a full day of textbooks and lessons that you take from 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon right from the get-go. You can school lightly if that suits you, or even take a couple weeks break to research curriculum that you and your children think you would like. It will take some time for you to discover your children's learning style, and that will lead you to choosing curriculum that will best work in your homeschool. The process of deschooling will help you find answers. If you listen to nothing else in this video, please hear this. Don't spend a ton of money on curriculum right now. Give yourself time to find what will work. Both you and your children will be happier if you do. The third thing that I think is very important is to find a network of support in your area. By this, I mean find a local support group that has get-togethers with other homeschoolers. One of our local groups has field trips, holiday parties, park days twice a month, co-ops, and other opportunities for both the student and the parent to socialize and find support. Please remember that not every homeschool group fits every homeschool family. If you have teenagers and the group you visit is all 6 to 8-year-olds, this might not be the group for you. If you visit a group and all they do is field trips and you are really looking for more structure in a group, it might not be the group for you. You may have to visit several groups before you find one with people you are comfortable with and that has the same interest and idea of what a group should be as you do. It's normal. Further, you may have to go visit a group several times before knowing if it's a good fit for your family. Your child's new best friend, or even yours, might be at the next park day that missed you the first day you attended. Also, it's okay to belong to 2 different groups. We did for years, and it was great. The last thing I suggest is try new things and think out of the box. Go explore your world together with your children. Take time to visit museums, attend plays and concerts. Better yet, let your students help decide where to go and what to see. By being part of the decision-making process, you are encouraging your children to embrace the joys of homeschooling. Then get outside and enjoy nature. Visit a local state park or preserve. Make a day of it by taking a picnic lunch, a camera, sketch pads if you have a blooming artist at home, and even binoculars to watch the wildlife up close. After this, go visit your library. If you saw something at the museum or the park that sparked your child's interest, follow up by finding books on that subject. Bonus, the library is free. They also have movies, magazines, programs for children that your family might enjoy. After all this running around, it may seem silly to suggest adding physical activity to your day, but that is exactly what I am suggesting. If you have a pool, break up the day with a lunchtime hour in the pool with sandwiches and drinks on the side. Take walks together or plan a hike in the mountains. Even if your kids are not natural-born athletes, there are plenty of places that offer homeschool days. Local gyms may offer classes in gymnastics, and there are coaches who offer group classes in soccer and basketball and tennis, all during the school day. Children tend to love learning new things and trying out new sports. By trying them out with other homeschoolers, the pressure to be good at the sport is greatly diminished, as homeschoolers tend to be very supportive of each other and encouraging of everyone simply trying to do their best and have fun. If your kids are natural-born athletes and are already on travel teams, this experience can be an opportunity for them to help teach others and to learn that recreational play can be just as much fun as being very competitive. The possibilities are endless. Not to be forgotten, go volunteer together. Volunteer work is a great way for your child to develop compassion for others and to develop a passion for lifelong service. Because you homeschool, you can build this opportunity right into your weekday schedule. Over the years, we have done everything from ringing bells with the Salvation Army at Christmas time, to feeding the homeless, to clothing and food drives, to working at animal shelters and more. It is life-changing for both you and your children. After a time of deschooling, you will start to see a pattern in the way your children learn best. You will see their likes and dislikes. You'll be able to see their strengths and the areas that need more attention in regards to the education process. You will take note if they learn best early in the morning or maybe later in the day. You will discover what parts of learning they enjoy and which parts they hate. Maybe they love reading and hate math. You'll be able to identify how they best learn. Are they visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learners? All of these things will help you to find the best method, schedules, and curriculum choices for your family, and more as you go forward in your homeschooling journey. Well, that wraps us up for this episode. I hope this video got you thinking about deschooling and all the benefits it can have for you and your family. Please take a moment and hit the like button below. It's what keeps us making these videos. And take a moment and hit subscribe so you'll be among the first to know as new videos are released. As always, thank you for joining us, and until next time, happy homeschooling.
Life is crazy.